All right. Uh, Over the last few months, there's been a lot of like volcanic activity, a lot of stuff, a lot of earthquakes. I don't think it's being really covered by media on a serious level. I don't think anybody's really paying much mind to it. I'm not gonna come out here and claim that I know much more than base knowledge when it comes to these things, but simply put, whenever you have nonstop earthquakes, nonstop volcanic activity, all these things going on, there's gotta be something going on. There has to be things in line with one another that are pointing to something going on. And honestly, at this point, it's seeming like plate shifts or something along those lines is popping off aggressively, because I literally just do a short little look into this. They're making episodes of it for freaking one in the Hawaiian Islands. I mean, those are pretty normal. Those are always going, but you got Etna that popped off the other week. I mean, it's all kind of going crazy right now. I don't know if anybody's really noticing all this, but it's kind of nuts. I mean, whenever it's going off like this, and we have non-stop, constant eruptions and everything, it's pointing to something bigger. I told my wife whenever I saw the Etna volcanic eruption, I was like, we need to watch Yellowstone. Watch that aggressively, because there's been so much. It's like the earthquakes in Tennessee the other day. And it's like, I'm sure a lot of people are freaking out and all sorts of stressed, but I don't think people are as stressed as they should be. I don't think it's being addressed the way it should be. Let's see, time lapse. Got stuff going back to March.
It's one of the coolest things that happens on our planet.
A volcanic eruption that could happen by the end of the year.
It is the best studied underwater volcano in the world right now. And every time we go through this volcanic cycle, we're learning things new.
Debbie Kelly, a University of Washington oceanography professor, has been studying the axial seamount for years. It's a massive underwater volcano about 300 miles off the Oregon coast and nearly 4,900 feet below the ocean.
This is the channelway.
Scientists at UW's Cabled Array, one of the largest ocean observatories in the world monitoring this active volcano, have seen potential eruption signs the last few months. An increase in earthquakes beneath the sea floor, and the volcano inflating due to buildup of magma.
Do people need to worry about this eruption?
No, we get asked that a lot. These volcanoes, no, people will not, if we didn't have the ray out there, people would not know that it was going to erupt or that it was erupting.
It's unlikely for the underwater eruption to trigger a tsunami, a major earthquake, or cause extensive damage like land volcanoes could.
One, they don't have a mile of water sitting on top of them, which is, dampens it. But they also don't have as much gases, and the magma compositions are different. So all of those things make it that they're not a very explosive eruption.
Especially not as explosive like the last notable eruption in Washington.
1980, I remember very well Mount St. Helens. I was jumping up and down.
It's a moment that resonates with many throughout the Pacific Northwest.
I never thought in my lifetime I would see anything like that. I mean, it was devastating, and there's that part of it, but there's one of those extreme events on the planet where you're like, oh my God.
Axial seamount has erupted 3 times, 1998, 2011, and in 2015. Scientists don't have an exact date when it could erupt next, but Kelly will let us know when it does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go out and and say it. And it's like we're gonna be expecting something. 2 days ago, Sakurajima volcano eruption. It's like it's happening all over the world.
Thank you for the thunder.
I feel like everybody is a little too concerned with bullshit politics and nonsense media, celebrity bullshit. You got everybody worried about streamers left and right. Everybody's upset about what this person said, what that person said, and you got shit like this going on. I think all of these things should be taken pretty seriously. I mean, it's slowly appearing to just get worse and worse. And it's like, this brings me to a real concern that people have is the plate shift theory, and it potentially, Jesus Christ, it potentially ending up with, how do you say, an aggressive plate shift, something that doesn't take place over time, but happens quickly and aggressively. And if something like that were to happen, the guy over at the Y-Files YouTube channel has done a whole story on what would happen if that were the case, and theories about it happening in the past as well. This is just non-stop, it seems like, for the past few months. I honestly, man, I don't know. I really hope it's not pointing towards, oh shit. March 1st, melting roads due to hot ground, not volcanic activity. Okay, I mean, that's good, but how the hell are the roads melting? Okay. Collins volcanic, arrived 1 day ago. And it's still fucking just pushing clouds. Talking about volcanic eruptions real likely for Mount Spur. Alaska's news source.
Live from the internet's red carpet, it's Vrbo's 2025 Vacation Rentals of the Year. Selected from over 2 million private vacation rentals, this year's list.
Shut up. Ain't no panic, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the moose. I don't care about all your bullshit. Where's the actual story? Is it just a video and then no story? Alright, sounds good. Cool. Trash. U.S. Gov. Volcanic notice. Oh my. Hawaii volcanic observer daily update. Okay, the ongoing eruption is currently paused. Summit inflation continues since the end of episode on Sunday, May 25th. Vigorous degassing of sulfur dioxide, a glow at night, and intermediate spatter indicate the magma remains close to the surface. Fountaining episodes have occurred approximately once per week since the start of the eruption in December of 2024. So we're looking at like a large amount of volcanic activity, and it's not making much sense, man. We get it everywhere. We deal with it a lot. I don't know. At this point, I think it's just, it's getting bad. Don't think it's good.
New video released by the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory shows a close-up view of episode 23 in the ongoing eruption of Kilauea. High fountains reached over 1,000 feet or 300 meters. Lava flows covered half the crater floor. Another video published by the observatory shows a time-lapse from a webcam recorded on Sunday, May 25th. After 6 hours of sustained activity, the episode came to an end on that same night. On Tuesday, a large white plume was seen billowing from the summit vents. The eruption is once again paused and inflation has resumed, suggesting the episodic pattern will continue.
I'm a professor at the University.
This interview with Stephen Lundblad, a geology professor at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, provides some insights into why the volcano has settled into this eruptive pattern and how scientists are working to learn more.
Kilauea started erupting right before Christmas time in 2024. What tends to happen is the pressure builds up below the summit of Kilauea because there isn't an outlet. At some point, the magma makes it to the surface, and since it has a fair amount of trapped gas in it, it is erupted out in a fairly explosive manner. We've had fountains up to 1,000 feet high during some of the episodes.
That's a lot.
After that gas is kind of released and some of the pressure is released, then the lava comes out and tends to cap over the top, and that cycle restarts. So we're kind of in this repeatable pattern where about once a week we have an eruptive cycle. One of the other things we do is collect samples, and the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory scientists do this. What we do here at UH Hilo is help them by looking at the chemical composition of the material that comes out to see how the eruption is evolving over time. And so that's a little bit of a way to predict the longer term processes that might be going on for future eruptions, whether within this eruption cycle or down the road, and how they compare to last month, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and what might be changing at the volcano. The current eruption is an interesting one. It follows a similar pattern to some of the longer-lived eruptions at Kilauea. So when Pu'u'o'o started erupting in 1983, and it erupted for 35 years, the first initial phases of that eruption had many high fountaining episodes before it kind of settled down into a pattern where it was lava flows coming out and then running down to the ocean. And many people are familiar with that because that was a great place to go look at lava flows. Same thing happened in 1959 at Kilauea Iki. That eruption occurred for about a...
All right, so they are looking into it. They are doing stuff, at least out in the Hawaiian Islands. They're looking at this, at an Empire Plastic. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Now, thankfully, they are looking into it. There is something going on, though. I hate to think that there's going to be a massive plate shift or something like that. That's going to happen soon, but earthquakes everywhere. Volcanoes erupting all over the planet. I mean, it's normal. It is all normal, but the amount, I feel like it's all picking up. Aggressively picking up. I don't know. I just feel like it's stuff that should be addressed in our media and in our news a bit more than all the other shit that's been getting addressed. You know? Hopefully somebody will see this and think it's important. If y'all like what I'm doing here, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what's going on. Let me know your opinion. If you think I'm just stupid and reaching, let me know. If you like what you're seeing, like and possibly subscribe. I do a lot of just random shit on here. So, alrighty. Y'all have a good day.